Well, good morning everybody, welcome back to another daily vlog. I'm actually out and about today, but I'm actually at a company today that lots of you already know, and I know lots of you use as well, particularly for your bait. I am at Willy Worms. Now this is a business that I've got a little bit been associated with for probably certainly the last 6 to 8 years, because Chris that owns the company, we talked many years ago about producing some videos and just sharing with you how this company runs and what the kind of products and services they've actually got here. And as the name suggests, as you can imagine, they're probably one of the largest suppliers of worms to anglers all over the country. But in that time, in that period since I actually initially spoke to Chris all those years ago, a lot's changed here. The business has grown. He's never stopped putting money back into the business. He's got something like a dozen staff now, and the business has really never been busier. I'm actually here on a Friday morning. It's incredibly busy in there. And over the next few weeks, I'm going to be bringing you quite a few videos about mainly about how they produce the bait here, how they take the orders from anglers, and how they actually dispatch all of that as well before it actually obviously goes out on carriers to be delivered. What a lot of people don't realise is that they have actually got a tattle shop here on site, so that's something that I just want to quickly show you whilst I'm here, just so you can get a feel for what kind of products and stuff that they've actually got on offer here. So here we are, just have a look at the size of this tattle shop. What most people don't even know is here. When this business first started, it was all online. Everything was online and it was just bait. But over the years, they've just gradually built up this tattle shop that anyone can call in and purchase tattle and bait from. And obviously through there, as you would expect, that is where all the bait production is. Everything's out there, but in here, this is the very well stocked tattle shop. So let me just give you a quick tour. You've got the main counter here, the main desk there, and as you can see, I mean, there's no point in me going through all the brands for you because you can basically see what they've got in here. But I'm sure you'll agree there's loads and loads of stock in here. Lots of different baits and tattle on offer, lots of brands that you will all know. So this is a great stop for people that want to come and get some fresh bait, whether it's maggots, casters, worms, pinkies, and obviously there's loads of different ground baits in here. Lots of brands that you know. We've got their own range at the minute, win-win, but then you've obviously got all the sauna baits down here. Lots and lots of different bait choices here, as you can see. And at the current time of filming, it's the last day of the river season, so it has been quite quiet today, as we expect. A lot of the local anglers are actually out enjoying their last day on the river before the close season. So it's a little bit quiet at the moment, but I'm sure you'll agree this is an ideal spot for you to come and get some fresh bait and your tattle as well. So in this initial video, I just quickly want to show you some of the behind the scenes things here, right here at Willy Worms. This is where the worm production is, and as you can see, it's very, very extensive. These are the worms that are constantly growing all the time. These lights are kept on all the time. That is obviously to keep the worms down in these tubs that I'm going to show you in a minute. And this is where a lot of the constant work takes place, because there are worms here of different ages, obviously different sizes, and they're constantly growing them on to the required size that they need. You can actually purchase small dendrobenas. These are all dendrobenas in this bit here. The small dendrobenas you can get medium, and there are the large dendras as well. So as you can imagine, as these worms are actually growing, they are constantly being graded with the machines over there, which I will be showing you in some future videos. But that's how they actually grade the worms as well, so they can bag them up and get them dispatched out. So as you can see, there are literally thousands upon thousands of worms growing in these tubs, and each row of tubs here is basically how they are actually graded. So the worms here so it's actually recorded on here about the actual age of the worms, about what week these were actually growing on, so they know at any stage which row of these trays roughly what age and size those worms are actually going to be. So it's a constant operation, as you can imagine. And here we've got some here. Let's have a look at what size these are. These have all just been constantly growing on. So these are the younger ones. Look at the size of those. They're obviously the small dendrobenas. And they've obviously got a system of when each worm gets to a certain week of age, that is when they determine which area that they're going to go into, you know, what category that they're actually going to be graded into. So it's a constant operation, and as you can see, with so many tubs like this, it's something that this area needs to be air conditioned, particularly through the summer, and with the lights on all the time as well, that is helping keep the worms down in the tubs, in the soil, which obviously keeps them contained. So it's a really big operation. It's something that's constantly ongoing, and Chris is still expanding the business even more. So I just wanted to show you this little insight into somewhere where I'm going to be spending a bit of time over the next few weeks and months, producing lots of different content for you about how lots of these baits are produced, the maggots as well, and the casters and the pinkies, and just sharing some behind the scenes footage with you as well. So I'm hoping you're enjoying these daily snippets of information. If you're enjoying the daily videos, please give this one a thumbs up, and please consider subscribing if you're new to the channel. So I hope you've enjoyed this bit of an insight, and I really look forward to checking in with you again tomorrow.